Welcome to this series about capacity and capability building to craft and shape operations, enabling adoption and adaption. As we go through this journey, we take more in-depth look at selected aspects with a focus on business issues around technological transformation. With these being more in-depth on heavier materials, please feel free to review the takeout points if in a rush, but also take your time to go through, pause, and get the real benefits. We hope the skills and expertise shared is of value to you and those you support in this changing world. Please subscribe, add your comments, and share with others. This week, we look at some market opportunities around the use of artificial intelligence. Yes, there are challenges in realizing, with impacts like regulatory or data access coming into play. But the purpose is illustrative. On a risk-based approach, tools like personality assistance, benchmark testing of AI, and risk management are areas of opportunity. Some consideration for realization are also included. Thank you for staying. New technologies bring new opportunities, reshape markets, stimulate economic growth, and can be used to transform economies. On an overall risk-based approach, a broad investment in the sector with selected prioritization can pay dividends, but which technologies and their return is often unknown. Please pause and read the examples as well as following the overall narrative. Here, a selection of technologies around machine-to-machine learning and artificial intelligence in the automation of knowledge worker roles are presented for illustrative purposes. Some may come to pass and yield return, while others may be seen as crystal ball gazing decision making. Having AI assist with real-time decision making is an obvious area, but not so much as to what decisions. The level of complexity will change from the routine to the more sophisticated, like basic lending criteria to sophisticated investment strategies around strategic trends. Personality assistance help in managing our relationships with each other based on user profiling with AI to advise on how best to interact. Leadership development. Using AI in professional skills development as well as AI in scenario modeling for predicting behaviors as well as risk management. Performance management. A range of applications of AI to various aspects of performance management, including the application of AI to take routine transactions and convert into scenario-based assessment against incremental benchmarking for continuous performance. Risk management. A new generation of software using AI and various information sources for pattern matching, controls assessment, and other aspects of risk management within business. from AI in skilling and training through to scenario models for risk management to bringing the required emergent behaviors. Benchmark testing. Benchmark testing of AI, including AI in the testing, for data assurance, algorithm performance management, machine learning development, as well as AI controls and monitoring. These are just some suggested areas for the application of AI within emerging markets requiring design, development, testing, operations, services, management, assurance, and the consumption of artificial intelligence products and services. We continue with opportunities around the automation of knowledge worker services. Tax as a service. Having routine tax services automated and delivered on demand from the cloud is an emerging area of knowledge worker automation, changing not only the career paths of those in the tax industry, revenue and service model changes occur for service providers who are challenged by the technology company which automates routine tax processing. Project management as a service, another knowledge worker service which can be used to minimize the risk from and need for large project management offices on site to deliver projects and/or transformation. Infrastructure as a service. Familiar to many technologists, the technology skill sets within a business are changed and with increased vendor dependency risk. Government policy. This can be used to prioritize and stimulate markets and economic opportunities around the emerging opportunities, or governments can neglect to act. Professional organizations, from accountants being skilled in technology with required accreditation and certification, to technology organizations supporting information-centric accreditation and certification, a range of impacts are seen. Insurance companies. The use of artificial intelligence and machine-to-machine learning and other technologies are both used within the insurance industry around policies, actuarials, and payouts through to creation of new policies and insurances. In this example, aspects of the management of financial crime around artificial intelligence and automation of knowledge worker services is presented. Please pause and view the details as well as follow the narrative. Consider the detection of sanctions violations. Many operations use basic keyword matching like Cuba in a transaction, and with the help of AI, identify the transactions on a risk-based approach. Where Cuba is a known street name in a recognized country, the exceptions can be automatically processed. With time, the operations will become more sophisticated with global screening in real time to regulators, with AI playing a role in exceptions management. Consider the detection and funding for terrorism. Much of the process is currently with limited AI to detect cross-organizational and cross-holdings funding through the chain from a legitimate source to a terrorist organization. With time, the use of AI in crypto services and investigations will evolve, as well as pre- and post-event pattern matching for detection as well as prosecution. This limited example in just one industry sector shows how a country can provision and support these services as part of its economic policies. It is the combined actions of government, industry, education providers, and others which forms the emergent behavior to transform around technology. One area alone is insufficient for the transformation. Policy. Overall government policy, government procurement policy, the R&D portfolio approach of a business or government, and the strength of the homegrown industry and markets all play a role in the transformation. Education. Institutions from universities through trade colleges to high schools focus on the professional skills needed for the transformation to adopt and adapt, as well as the emerging technologies. It is not the technologies per se that are the focus, but the skills for design, development, testing, operations, management, derived products and services which are required. Leadership. At all levels of society, the leadership is required with a focus on skilling, the ability to do, and training the how to do with continuous learning, as well as professional skills such as people management, financial management, vendor management, relationship management, strategy and planning, risk management, project management, problem solving, management of change in the business, management of ambiguity, governance, compliance management, cross-disciplinary collaboration, and communication and presentation. The willingness to collaborate and the use of bureau models is also required. For example, many smaller agricultural businesses share a common platform and services for skilling and training of workers to required credentials rather than creating their own solutions and enabling cross-industry skills transfer. Funding. Any changes require funding, from industry levies to combine efforts to tax incentives as well as strategic investment. Like the car industry has been used in the past, call centers can be used as a focus for strategic investment to grow industry sectors and economies. Thank you for your time. May the skills and expertise shared be of value to you and those you support in this changing world. Please subscribe, add your comments, and share with others.